360 and Sundry. The topic I'm going to do today is about when do we feel like true happiness? Well, happiness really is what? It's really a sense of calm, peace, joy. You feel contented, maybe and everything doesn't have to be absolutely perfect in order for us to have a kind of an underlying feeling of calm um, or peace or whatever. We can find that in even difficult circumstances. Um, it just gets harder to find it. That's all. I'm gonna do a kind of a series on this because I think that when true happiness, kind of that kind of peace or calm or joy or lightness, we experience that when we let go of uh, resentment, whether that's towards ourselves or to others, uh, guilt, and obviously if we can let go of guilt, and shame is another. They're not the same thing. They're closely linked, but they are not the same. Shame is a little bit deeper, it's a little more difficult. Guilt's a little easier. But resentment is often, we can feel it towards ourselves, um, but it's often felt towards another. So I'm going to start this week with resentment and what we feel. What do we do, and how do we release those feelings of resentment? And if you are hanging on to resentment, so there's different reasons why we might actually hold on to guilt even, but resentment is what we're talking about today. So letting go of resentment is, you will, when you let it go, you will feel instantly lighter and more joyful and more calm and peaceful. All of that will just rise right up when you let that go. But there is a part of us that kind of wants to hang on to it sometimes. And I don't know, you can feel that. Like there's a part of us that wants to hang on to that. So what might be the reasons we would hang on to that? Well, I know that being right is a good one. We really like to be right. It's a good feeling, being right. And so there's that need to be right. That can be one. There's other reasons that the only way you can find out is if you kind of go inside and ask yourself. And you have to be honest, like in those moments. And you don't have to be honest with anybody else but you. So you just go in and ask yourself, well, okay, if I don't have to hang on to this resentment, why do I hang on to it? And just be honest. Let yourself find the answer and be really honest with yourself. Another reason why you might want to hang on to resentment is you might feel that by letting go of the resentment, you're putting yourself back into a vulnerable position with the person that you resent. And you may feel that this is a way of protecting yourself from from letting it happen again. Now, I want to say to that letting go of the resentment, forgiving someone, it doesn't have the other doesn't have anything to do with it. Like it doesn't mean that you have to put yourself back into a vulnerable position with that person again. That's another decision. That's another thing altogether. I once had that issue myself, and I was talking to my mom, and my mom said, listen, you're carrying this. It's not good. It's not healthy. You need to put this in a box and you need to lay it down at their feet. Now, this is a sort of a visual exercise. And you need to say, this belongs to you. I'm done carrying this. It's too heavy. And I could envision myself putting that in the box and laying it down at their feet and, okay, I'm going to give this away. I'm going to give this I'm going to give it to them. This belongs to them. And I had no problem with that. And then finally but there was something that kept me from like fully letting go. And then I finally said to her, but what do I do with this feeling? I can do all that and I still feel this, I don't want to have anything to do with that person. And she, so I finally said that out loud and she says to me, Melanie, that's in the box. That belongs to them. The fact that you don't want to have anything to do with them is their problem, not yours. And I was free. I could completely forgive, release that person, want all the best for them, feel like love them from a distance. And the fact that that's the way it needed to be for me was not my problem. Uh, that just so you know, that was completely free. It was wonderful. So let's look at being right. If being right means that I give up feeling calm, peace, contentment, and joy, perhaps being right just isn't worth it. Just maybe. Maybe we don't need to be right that badly. I think, and the funny thing is of course, is that once you let go of that, it is so irrelevant. Everything else is so irrelevant because you just do feel lighter and happier and joyful. Well, who cares? I don't need to be right. I feel so much better now. So just let yourself mull those things over. I do suggest you, if you are feeling resentment towards someone and even yourself, ask yourself, is it worth it? What is it that I'm getting out of holding on to this resentment? Whatever it is you're getting out of it, is it worth losing the experience of contentment and peace and joy and love and laughter? I mean, maybe it's not worth it. That might be, just start there. But I promise you, when you let it go, you'll know it was worth it to let it go. So that's the start of this 3-part series. So the next one I'll talk about is guilt. And if you have anything, if you want to comment, if you can think of something that I didn't say, if you something to add to this, please, by all means, comment. And don't forget to like and subscribe. And we'll see you next time on 360 and Sundry.